is supposed to be the catalyst for what you're going to do. I'm so appreciative to you have the Sisters for Life. That's why I'm not afraid to speak too loud, because if my voice is gone, they're going to pray me back. That's not a joke. They did that one year. I'll never forget it. I had no voice, and they prayed for me in the band, and it started creeping back. I was able to talk. But here tonight, today, you know, we're in the 40th year of Roe versus Wade. There's going to be other group out there in their celebration that is anti-children. But, you know, God is always in hearing those who cry out to him. And my point is this: after 40, with God, there's always a shift. You know, with Noah, after 40, shifted. After Moses, 40 years in the desert, 40 years in the wilderness, 40 years, it shifts. God is going to do a shift in the pro-life movement this year that will unquestionably change much legislation and impact souls and lives like never before. This is the 40th year, and I said to myself, the catalyst for that, you've heard it today. You've seen mothers who have said without question, no matter what the situation, no matter what the circumstance, who live this out day to day. You know, I have the privilege of taking care of my mother-in-law who has Alzheimer's and dementia, and basically is totally dependent on someone. God forbid that she ever have to go into a nursing home or something. And day to day, you live that out. Day to day, these women you heard, and our daughter here today, live out the sanctity of life under stressful circumstances, difficult circumstances. And when these women pray and when these fathers pray, God hears their cry and rallies his people to truly be the example that indeed that God said from the beginning. The sanctity of life is the foundation of all law. And when there is a people that have forgotten the epitome of what law should be to protect life, God does raise up special people of grace to carry that message, to inspire us all, that we would never get tired. They show incredible endurance. They show indeed the love that is necessary. If we had the love that they demonstrate each day, this would have been over a long time ago. But they have been encouragement now to the movement. Their videos have gone viral. They are a lesson to us now to hold on despite the fact of a contrary. God always does his best in a contrary administration. You didn't know that. All right? Pharaoh, contrary administration. Jesus, yes, contrary administration. God is going to show us, despite this administration's vehement stand against the unborn, and he's going to raise up people who have unquestionably, my job is easy, to speak on the behalf of those who cannot speak for themselves, but there has to be some people behind the scenes of intercessors, those indeed that have been the catalyst for a great move of this magnitude that is coming forth in this year. After 40, there's always a shift. After 40, there's going to be a new day in this country. And if you want to see the reasons for that, they're before you here today as the heart of this movement. They may not be as seen as much as some of us are. They may not always have the mic like some of us do. But undoubtedly, they are the backbone, they are the heart, they are the throbbing blood flow of this movement. And you're going to see that manifest in this year as never before. So, as far as African Americans are concerned, ironically, it's also happening on a year of Jubilee. It's 50, 50, and 50. It's 150 years since the Emancipation Proclamation in 1863. And part of Jubilee is to be released from the slavery and from whatever bondages you have ever had. You had to be released. If this country would have followed that law, there would be no deficits. everything would have canceled out after a certain amount of years. And now God reconciles his books. And he is going to set the African American leadership to position them, because the old guard has to go. And there's going to be new voices. There's going to be churches that God raises up. There's going to be people that God begins to position to take their position and speak on the behalf of the unborn. Our most egregious sin, the greatest and most violent act in America is abortion. And there's going to be a shifting in the mindset of these people, and there's going to be a voice now crying out, and the captive will be set free. It may not all happen in this year, but you'll see that shift, I guarantee you. You'll see new voices, you'll see new people, you'll see our young people, unquestionably. If you know anything about the civil rights movement, it was basically teenagers and college students that caused that great shifting in this country. If you look at in Birmingham, the horrible picture of dogs being let out, if you look at the crowd, it's basically teenagers, basically kids from Snyder High, from Phillips High, that took off and went out into the streets and came down to Kelly Ingram Park and protested because there was injustice being perpetrated against a segment of our society that was disenfranchised from the American dream. That now is going to be addressed. This is the last segment of our society that is being discriminated against, that indeed have not access to the American dream, whose rights are cut off for nothing that they have done, but other than the whim of an individual who feels that life would be more difficult having them than it would be to let them go. So I say to you, be encouraged. You're seeing the heart of that today. I'm blessed to be here today. I'm blessed because they may never know the roles that they have played. Their day-to-day witness of the sanctity of life, carrying burdens that most of us would not carry, having a heart of love to be demonstrated in issues when it comes to life most people aren't called upon. So they're special pictures of grace, and it's grace that moves the mountain. It's tying grace to the mountain that causes, indeed, revolution and change to come. And so I'm encouraged more so than ever before. And I thank God for their sacrifice. I thank God for their witness. And I thank God for the blessing, the gift that God has extended unto them that now is going to bless us as this movement shifts to the point where it has to be, in order that every child has access to the American dream. We hold these truths to be self-evident. America has never held that truth to be self-evident. Until these children who are in the womb have free access, who are not denied, we then have become the creator, because this society and this government, it says that we are the arbiters of life. That's a lie. Your rights come from the creator, based in the story. And the first one, they say, is a right to life. But as in any movement, as in any shifting or change, there's a price to be paid. And God picks out those individuals to pay that price. And you've been big, some greater than others, and I'm so grateful for your fellowship here today. And as we march through this city and on tomorrow, and we're going to continue to march until every life has access to the dream. Every life, every child's rights are to be defended. And we will one day, also it's 50 years from the I Have a Dream speech. And Martin said, I have a dream that one day this nation would what? Live out its creed. Hasn't happened. Hasn't happened. But I believe the shift of Jubilee will happen to be in this year, that there's such a cry that comes out, against the shedding of innocent blood. There's such a cry that comes out that indeed that legislation, minds, and souls, despite, I'm going to say it again, you don't need a pro-life president to have a pro-life president. First, I need to show you here. Okay? that cannot be legislated, okay? Because you can't legislate morality. You have to get a person back in touch with God. That's what we will do as we take our positions in the public square. And certainly we have the intercessions and the mothers and the hearts of the people that have paid a great price for us to be successful. Their labor has caused us to be able to go forth in spirit and in truth, and the captive will be set free. I'm a Baptist preacher. I can't see me home. Amen. God bless you. I'm just encouraged to hear there's a lot going on, and God always takes the obscure things. He takes the foolishness of man. He really confound the wise. God is going to do an awesome thing with you this year. Excited about the survivors camp. Excited about the position that we're taking in the public square. Yes, it's our moment, it's our hour. Everything points to that biblically, and everything that God is going to do, He has always chosen. You have to do it through people, and so He's going to raise us up to do that. God bless you, and thank you. Let's love you.